back at Far Throw here in downtown Fargo. We are joining the Big Axe competition right now, which I was talking to Rob a little bit. Looks like my favorite, just the size of the axes involved. And we've seen now hatchets, duels, and now we're at Big Axe. Talk a little bit about this matchup, Nikki. You were really excited.
Oh, I was just saying I was stressed because Lucas Johnson is arguably one of the best throwers in the world. And obviously, I'm biased towards my husband. But I always get stressed when he's throwing. Usually I'm not stressed when I'm throwing because I can control what I'm doing. And if I'm bad, I'm like, I missed it. It's my fault.
Right.
My husband's throwing, I'm just like stressed. It's stressful.
I couldn't imagine. We saw Lucas Johnson in action a little bit earlier in the hatchet competition. He had a hoodie on. He lost the hoodie now. You can tell it's more serious.
He's gotten warmed up.
Blue t-shirt there. Dustin Knight in the red jersey. A solid look there.
So we're looking at big axes. These axes are now at 23 inches minimum in length.
What's the biggest difference between, obviously, the size, but kind of how do you approach throwing these as opposed to the hatchets that we saw earlier?
So, big axe, wow, what a kill shot. So
He
big
nailed
axe
it.
has evolved a little bit. Most people at first started throwing two-handed. And now you see these guys, despite the axes being almost twice the length, throwing similar to hatchets. But with that longer handle, you see they have to step back a little bit further. So where they're throwing at now is a minimum of 15. Dustin just steps up and his foot was right at 15 feet.
Right at it there. Lucas Johnson takes game one here of the Big Axe. They're going to touch axes, switch sides.
What we just saw there is sudden death for the matches. When they're tied going to the last throw, after the last throw and they're tied, we go into sudden death. That's our tiebreaker. So we go for the kill shot, that blue dot. If you miss it, it's whoever is closest. And you might have heard them chanting, "Who sucks less?" just a second ago.
Yes.
Yeah, but Dustin Knight, you can see how good he is, right? The cool thing about here in Fargo, North Dakota, Dustin will coach you here. Okay, we own a venue we're in Osgood Shops, so it's in South Fargo, not far from here. If you join one of our leagues, since we're affiliated with the World Axe Throwing League, you basically get a player ID and see where you rank in the world.
Wow.
So it is cool. Coaching is a big thing when it comes to axe throwing. You could figure out how to do it in your backyard. You could figure it out. But if you go somewhere, you talk to these pros, you learn from these pros, it's going to be an accelerated process for you. And that's what we give you at United States Axe. I coach, Dustin coaches, we have some great other people, but it's good to learn from the best. It's like, how often do you get to play with Tiger Woods, right?
Exactly.
That's what you're doing here when you're new and you're playing with these pros, since the sport is so new.
And it's a fun facility, too.
What's taken Lucas 3 or 4 years to learn and master, he could teach someone in the course of possibly a week.
It's invaluable. It's absolutely.
And then you just learn the muscle memory.
How much of the sport is that muscle memory aspect when you have that kind of routine set?
In these types of tournament settings, the muscle memory, you just kind of get used to it. I often like to practice with my eyes closed.
Oh,
if you want to talk about muscle memory.
With your eyes closed. It looks like
Must be
you're
why I hit so
throwing
many
with your
fours.
eyes closed. No, Rob did very well this weekend. But that's the thing is a couple of little tiny mistakes make a huge difference.
Once you establish that base muscle memory, at that point it transitions to all mental. Because at that point,
That was huge.
Dustin Knight smoking those kill shots.
Just hitting the kill shot there. Switching boards once again. We're on to game 3 of the Big Axe competition here at Far Throw in downtown Fargo.
One of these will move on.
Yes.
One of these will move on to the final. One of these will be done. This is our last division of the day.
The other returns to the hotel or home.
All right. Winner of this match will go on to play Sweet Boy Pete's in the Big Axe Finals.
just to give you an idea how difficult it is to hit those bullseyes with these big axes, Lucas, the best big axe thrower in the world right now, is 52% in this tournament. Wow. As we see in this one there. So you don't hit him that often.
Right. And yeah, it seems like we've kind of seen it like in each matchup, we've kind of seen the level of difficulty with hitting those bullseyes just increase even more between the doubles and now this. I couldn't imagine trying to throw one of the big ones right now.
If you want to learn to throw axes, the big axe is by far the most fun.
I was going to say it looks the most fun.
All right, now Dustin hits the 4. But a 5. I mean, you hope when you hit a 4, they at least hit a 5.
So per the rules in our league, you can go up to the boards. Once it's called, you can go up to the boards and take a look. And if you disagree with the call, you can ask for a second opinion, which we're
They
seeing
just
right
changed
now.
that one there. They changed it to a 5.
All right, so now they're tied.
Now they're tied back up. A clutch second opinion.
Oh no, Dustin still down by 1. But at least it's better than 2.
Exactly.
Especially in big axe. Because you only get 1 kill shot. Only 1 opportunity.
Just so
Big-
you know.
Big throw for Dustin.
Could it be a 4?
It looks like
No, it's a 5 for
looks
Dustin.
like they both hit
Could be.
5s.
Well, if it's a 4, they're tied up.
6 and 5. Wow. Okay.
Now they're tied.
It all comes down to the final throw.
What are they going to
here.
do?
They tapped axes, which
They're
indicates
going up.
They're,
They're
gonna
both
go
going up. Okay, they're both going up.
I'm so nervous.
All comes
right
down to this
now.
final
Dustin
throw.
has to hit this. He has to hit it. He might have hit it. I think he hit this.
The intense.
Oh, and he hit
wow.
the cross
Sees the
kill.
match,
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. Oh.
He hit the kill shot on the other board.
All right.
So we're tied at 28 now. Does it count if he hit it on the other board?
No.
That's the question.
It does not
Okay.
count. That would be strictly a pride thing.
Well,
All right, they're going for who sucks less, which basically is closer
Lucas
to
just
the kill
missed that on
shot.
purpose.
Yeah,
yes,
he did.
yes.
Dustin's gonna.
Sportsmanship.
There we go. Dustin moves on to the Big Axe Finals.
Nice move. Nice move by
Yes,
Lucas
Dustin is moving on to the
Yes,
Big
he
Axe
moves
Finals.
on. He's now going to face Ryan Teets in the finals of this of the Big Axe competition.
Before they start, let's just get a quick word with
Yes.
Lucas Johnson here. I'm gonna.
Nikki's heading down to go talk to Lucas Johnson, kind of about the end of that
We're gonna
matchup.
sort
It was
out that
very
confusion at the
interesting
end.
because he threw it to the other board to concede it. That's what we
Yes.
came to the conclusion. The scorers decided differently and counted his kill shot on the other board.
Yes. That follow-up throw, what we saw then was Lucas he clearly missed that on purpose.
Right, yeah.
And then Dustin followed up and threw a little bit closer.
'Cause he
which-
doesn't miss shots like that.
No.
Yeah.
The result ended up being the same for that match.
Nikki's trying to get a word with Lucas Johnson right now. It does not. She's going over to the side. Does not look like she's going to. We will return to the Big Axe here as they are warming up. A little bit of confusion at the end there, but at the end of the day, it's Dustin Knight moving on to the finals against Ryan Teets in the Big Axe competition, and that's what matters.
Dylan Teets.
Dylan Teets,
again,
yes.
one of the youngest competitors. He recently changed his Big Axe throw and now has become one of the best and smoothest Big Axe throwers in the game.
When you find someone who's able to make those tweaks like that, how huge is that to be able to change? How difficult is that to be able to change your throwing style?
When
to
we talk
make it
about
better?
that muscle memory, that base muscle memory kind of establishes everything. Once you have that established, it is difficult to make subtle changes in finger grips, in breaking the wrist, and it's hard to come back, but you almost have to reestablish those little things with that muscle memory.
We're going to see how well he reestablishes when we come right back to Far Throw here from downtown Fargo on Valley News Live.